Yo, what's good, guys? Guy in the mirror here. And I just wanted to make this video to talk again about, I don't really know. I went into work today and they said we're only doing 40 weeks. 40 hours, my bad. Yeah, only 40 hours this week. At least so far. I don't know, it might change throughout the week. But, yeah, they just said we're doing 40 hours instead of 60 hours. Which is nice, because obviously I was talking about how we might go back to 60 hours, which I kind of wasn't really excited for because I just don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like working for fucking 10 hours every day and then having to work on Saturdays too. I like just, only doing the 8 hours, getting off at 1, and just being able to relax for longer. And then also being off on Saturday because then I can get lit on Friday and Saturday. I have a 2-day weekend. Obviously, it's less money. So that kind of sucks. But, I feel like we've been doing 60 hours for so long that I've had time to actually build up my money. I've been able to stack money throughout this time. So I feel like I don't really care too much about making less than I did before. At this point, obviously I don't want it to go on forever, but I'm not really too pressed about it though, because it's not going to go on forever. Eventually I'm going to get a raise, and at that point, when I get that raise, I'll probably be making the same amount of money. Like every paycheck that I get would probably be the exact same doing 40 than what I would be making when I do 60s right now. Like, if I worked a 60 right now, I would probably make the same amount of money that I would get if I worked 40 hours when I have the raise. So, whatever. And then by the time I get the raise, it will probably be going back to 60 hours. So I'll really be making hella money. So, that's nice. That's something to look forward to. I just kind of have to hope that it actually goes through, that I can actually get that shit. Because, it's going to be a big-ass raise, I'm not going to lie. So, I'm excited for that shit. That'll be nice when that happens. And hopefully, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about actually doing 40 hours. Because obviously, like I was saying, it's nice to just only work 5 days a week instead of 6 days a week. But it's just that eventually when we go back to 60 hours, because they fucked up. They didn't fuck up. I keep saying they fucked up. They didn't fuck up. They're just switching over all their jobs to another program. So, in the process of them doing that, they just don't really have any of the jobs. They don't have the blueprints for the jobs. So, we don't really have as much work to do. But when they do eventually switch it all over, we are going to get slammed so badly. We're going to get butt fucked. Okay? And having us do 40 hours right now, it's just going to make it worse. And honestly, it doesn't really make any sense either, because my boss was telling us about how they already transferred over some of the jobs. I don't know. I can't remember what he said. Like, I don't know if he transferred all of them over or if it was just some. But I feel like I remember him saying they transferred the jobs over. But then he was like, all right, we're still going to do 40 hours. Like, what the fuck? He just doesn't want to see our work done. I don't know. None of this shit makes any sense. It's just going to be so ass having to go back to that. It's going to be, every day is just going to be hell, pretty much. I guess that there's just a balance to everything when you think about it. There's a balance to everything in life. If there's going to be good times right now where, we're only, doing 40s and we're just chilling out pretty much, eventually it's going to get worse. Like, if there's good times right now, there's going to be bad times afterwards. which just sucks. I would honestly, I would just prefer for it to be neutral, you know? I don't care about having the good times, because if having the good times means I'm gonna have to have the fucking bad times, then I would rather it just be neutral. At least for when it comes to my job. Obviously not when it comes to life, because if I just lived a neutral life, that would just be boring as hell. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to live that life, just living a neutral life. Which I feel like I've been doing too often anyways. Just living a neutral life. Like, I would prefer for it to just be like, okay, there's the bad times in life and then the good times in life. I don't want there to be neutral times in life. I mean, every once in a while it'd be nice to have neutral times, but I'd rather it be the bad times and then the good times. Because then you can appreciate the good times better. And then the bad times also build your character. So it's just kind of a win-win either way. Neutral times don't do shit. Bad times build your character. Good times make the actual life worth it. But neutral times, it's just, what the fuck? That's nothing right there. And I feel like I've been kind of doing that for too long throughout my life. It's just kind of like living in neutral times. Because I want to have the good times, but I'm, more scared of having those bad times. I don't want the bad times. I just want it to be just good times and neutral times. But you can't have it that way. You can't live a neutral life and then eventually get the good times, Like, you have to go through the bad times to get the good times. Or, you're going to get the bad times if you have the good times already. You're going to eventually get the bad time. Whatever the fuck it is. However, whatever order it does, it's supposed to go in. But yeah, I've just, I've been scared of doing the bad times because the bad times suck. And I've just been kind of living a neutral life, I feel like, throughout most of my life. I mean, I feel like right now it's kind of, I don't really know where I'm at in my life right now. I don't really know if I would consider this to be bad times or the neutral times. Or shit, maybe it's the good times and I don't even realize it yet because it could just get so much worse from here. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. Hopefully these are the bad times, right? Because then that means it's just going to go up from here and it's just going to get better. If these are the good times, then oh fuck me then. I don't want shit to get worse. If it's the neutral times, then that's okay, I guess, but the goal is that I want these to be the bad times, because then that means I can look forward to the good times. It's kind of weird how that's kind of what life is when you think about it, is that it's just pretty much you just looking forward for something. You're looking forward to something, and then that moment happens, and it's just kind of over, you know? You don't really get to appreciate being in that moment because you're just in the moment, right? You don't really think about it. And in a way, it kind of feels like it happens so quickly. I mean, when I'm in the moment, it feels like it's just lasting forever because a moment, it's just, I don't really know how to explain it. It feels like it lasts forever, but then it's like once it's over, it kind of feels like, damn, that's it, Mostly when I'm talking about the weekends, when I'm, during the weekends, obviously, I mean, especially now that I've been having the 2-day weekends, being used to just only having the 1 day off, now that I'm, doing these 2-day weekends, feels like it just goes on for so fucking long, Like, I almost feel like a bum, in a way, because I've just been off for 2 days, I'll work, then just, party that night, then wake up, and instead of waking up the next day and just, relaxing, because I'm going to have to work the next day after that, I'll wake up and eventually party that night, which I haven't done in so long. I mean, I used to do that all the time back in high school. I would just wake up at, whatever it was, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Fuck it, I would wake up, so late throughout the day, and then just party that night. Especially during the summer. I mean, during school, I would have to wake up at 7 or whatever the fuck I'd have to wake up at. I would just wake up at that time. And then I would just get home and go to sleep. Or I would actually, no, I would just wake up, go to school, then just sleep in my classes. I mean, unless it was like some important class like I had to be awake for, but if it was just like some bullshit class I didn't give a fuck about, I would just go to sleep. You know, because most of my teachers didn't give a fuck. They would just kind of like, I mean, because where I was sitting in most of my classes, it was like in that spot where it's like, they probably wouldn't even notice me. So I kind of got away with that shit. But, yeah, back in high school, I used to just pretty much wake up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and then party that night and just stay up until 4 o'clock in the morning. And I haven't done that in a while, because now what it'll be is I'll just, work Saturday, then I'll party that Saturday night. So I'm partying that Saturday night, but I did something that day. I was working, right? So it's kind of like I kind of deserve this, right? And then I would wake up Sunday and wake up not at 4 o'clock. I can't do that anymore. I mean, I could realistically if I wanted to, but it's just, it's not really like something that I would want to do. Like, I never liked waking up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's just kind of like what I did because I stayed up so late. But the fact that I can't really stay up that late anymore, it's just, obviously my body's not going to like have me sleep for, almost 20 hours. What the fuck? It's like if I'm, you know what I'm saying? If I'm falling asleep early, then I would have to wake up early too. Wouldn't make any sense to fall asleep early and then wake up late, because what the fuck? Like, how long are you sleeping? How long is that? Like, probably like 20 hours or something. Or, I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of making up a number. I wouldn't go to sleep for that fucking long. What was I saying? I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just, that I felt like a bum having 2-day weekends. I mean, I don't really feel too much like a bum, but it's just kind of like, it almost feels like I'm on a vacation, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just almost feels like a fucking vacation, because my weekends would just be me working, then partying that night, and then waking up the next day and just relaxing, because I would have to work the next day. It's been a while where it's like, I've just gotten to, do what I had to do, party that night, wake up the next day late, not having to do anything, and then partying that night again. And then waking up the next day and then eventually chilling out. I haven't been able to do that in a while. So going back to that, it just, it feels like I'm on vacation, kind of. But yeah, I don't really know what I want. I don't know if I want to just have this week stay at 40 hours. So that way this can just be like a relaxing week again, where I can just get off early and have the 2-day weekend, or if I would just rather it change throughout the week and us to sort of go back to working 10 hours and just working that Saturday, so that way we don't really get as slammed when we eventually do go back to doing 60s. I don't really know. I don't know what it is. Because obviously my mind right now would just, prefer to have this chill week so I can relax now. But I feel like the better thing for me in the long run would be to just us go back to working 10 hours. So that way I'm, so that way I'm not getting butt fucked when we officially go back. I don't know. Whatever. I've said everything I wanted to say. So, that's it. So, yeah.